Do you believe what she's saying?
It's very difficult to believe her when she's asking for forgiveness and this fact about grooming. I know that Maya Foa, the director of Reprieve, and Janet Street Porter have said we should forgive because she was groomed. I'd like to remind them of Caroline Gallen. She was an English woman who was actually arrested along with the Asian Muslim grooming gangs for grooming English girls to join these Asian gangs. Caroline may have been a victim initially, she was groomed, but then she became a criminal, okay, by grooming other girls. So Shamima may have been groomed at an early stage, but then she became a criminal, you see. So that's a distinction. She's no longer a victim. And when she says she asks or seeks forgiveness, and at the same time she says that she has done nothing wrong, so what is she asking forgiveness for then?
Yes, good question, good question. So your thoughts on her and being trialled in the UK, because she is a British citizen. She, in a sense, I suppose, is a homegrown terrorist, although she wasn't until she actually left. She left using her sister's passport, so she obviously knew that she wasn't supposed to be going. And then she didn't look that apologetic during the time she was there, and there have been interviews of her, and she just didn't look that bothered. So, I mean, should she be allowed to come back to the UK for trial?
I personally don't believe she should come back to face trial, although I was a trainer within Prevent. What I'm saying now, I represent myself, not Prevent. And the reason is, and here again I have to disagree with my fellow Conservative compatriot, Andrew Mitchell, who said that Britain is shirking his responsibility by not bringing Shamima over. My response is that Shamima actually shirked her responsibility by giving up her citizenship when she left the UK to join a death cult that is waging terrorism and war against the UK and the West. So I fully agree with Sajid Javid when he revoked her citizenship, and also Priti Patel when she actually carried this through. And I say this as a Bangladeshi Muslim. Okay, so we are aligned as far as myself and Shamima is concerned, the religious alignment, but that's where the alignment stops. So I don't believe she should come back. If she did come back, then she would be an inspiration for other would-be extremists and terrorists. Because remember, we're trying to stop this conveyor belt towards extremism and terrorism. If she were to come back, that conveyor belt will be well-oiled.
That's the thing, isn't it? Now, I know your work with Prevent, so talk to me about you, because didn't the Mujahideen attempt to recruit you?
Yes, so this is going back in the 1990s when I was at the London School of Economics, and Ahmad Omar Sheikh, we were contemporaries. He did try to recruit me to join the Mujahideen. Now, you may remember him. He was caught and he was arrested and jailed for the murder of Daniel Pearl, the American journalist. And I do remember him when he was at uni, before he was recruited. He was a very nice guy, very humble, very friendly, but then he actually changed after he visited Bosnia. And at that time, that's when the terrorist recruiters found that vulnerability in a very impressionable, private school educated young British Muslim. Then he joined the Mujahideen. Then he told me when he came back, he urged me to join the Mujahideen because I too was a bit disillusioned with what happened with Bosnia. And they find these vulnerabilities in these young people. And he also said that you can lie to your parents that you're going on holiday to Afghanistan, where actually you're trying to get trained. And when he was caught, and I read in the papers the reason he gave to the authority as to why he was in Afghanistan, guess what he said? He was on holiday. So from there, I understood the methods that terrorists use to recruit vulnerable, young, impressionable people. Now I have myself challenged these groups. So when I stood for Parliament in 2005, I issued a challenge to Omar Bakri Mohammed. You may remember him. He was the leader of Al-Muhajirun, to a public debate because they excommunicated Muslims who stood for Parliament. So I issued a challenge to him. 1 week before the debate was due to take place, he actually backed down because he knows he'll never win when he's trying to prove that Islam and terrorism are the same thing.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens in that one. I don't think there'll be much support for her.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.